Welcome back, socially awkward people. Get all your stimming out of the way and slide under that weighted blanket. It's your favorite conductor, and we're on the train to Autism Town. I'm Kevin with Custom Night Vision, and we're about to talk theoretical situations and fantasy scenarios. A few weeks ago, we did a big laser comparison with this section of lasers right here. We put them all side by side. Did, I guess, a laser shootout, very popular video. And based on your feedback in the comments and on our social media, we went out and sourced some more lasers to put right into this same shootout. So in the first video, the one that's already on YouTube that you all commented on, we really appreciate it. We compared the Mawl C1 Plus, so the civilian powered Mawl, the Designate IRV, a full power PEQ15, a full power Raid XE, a civilian powered Raid XE, Dbal D2, and a L3 NGAL. Now we have gone out, and I had to ask for some favors and accost some people, make some magic happen. We were able to get a hold of a Mawl DA. Thanks to Farva over at GP Armory. We really appreciate you playing along. We'll send you that liter of cola that you've been asking everybody for. Oh, and he also sent us this LA5 UHP. So we really appreciate that. We also have a EOTECH OGL. The person that lent me this shall not be named. We might edit it. Well, I got to ask him if he wants us to put his name in there because it's not supposed to have it. We went ahead and grabbed a Dbal A3, just one of our demo units. A few people are asking about these, so we're going to throw that in the lineup as well. I dug through my closet and found an old Perst 4 because these are very popular. It used to be popular. These are prohibitively expensive now and don't make a whole lot of sense, but strictly for the guys that already have them or getting good deals in the secondary market, we'll go ahead and throw this one in there, include it. We also are going to compare some of these illuminators against the Modlite IR850. I pulled this off one of my rifles. These are pretty incredible for the price, so we'll go ahead and throw that in the comparison. That's about every laser I could get my hands on right now, and it's, again, kind of what I think is relevant. This one's not out yet, but I think it's going to be very popular when it is available, if it is ever available. It should be available. I don't know. Really surprising performance from some of these that you may not be expecting, but this video should be pretty cool. We're going to cut now to the same location we did this comparison at last time in the field and see how they stack up side by side. All right, we're out here, same spot as last time, the back of my neighborhood. We got all the lasers we talked about a moment ago in the shop. Out here on the table, we just went through a whole pack of CR123s. So every one of these lasers has a brand new, fresh Energizer lithium CR123 in it. This is my NGAL mounted on my rifle. I've taken it off like 5 or 6 times now. I'm done doing it, so I'm gonna wave a gun around in a subdivision. Hope you don't have a problem with that. But in a second, we're gonna cut over to filming through night vision, and let's see what's up their skirts. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. We got our first 2 contestants up on deck with the Mawl C1 Plus and the Mawl DA, but we're gonna go straight to long distance, full power, whatever B.E. Meyer's nomenclature is. This is the Mawl C1 Plus in the forwardmost position with the forwardmost button. This is the Mawl DA. Let me go ahead and do the little triple click thingy. So this is in the not super high power secret mode. Do another triple click and you see it flips to a brighter mode. I want to say this is like 65 milliwatts or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but right here at this the back of this bulldozer is right at 100 meters. We're going to go ahead and transition out to the other side of this creek bank that I believe is around 230. Is that the brightest? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So there's a pretty appreciable difference between the two, but it is not that extreme. This is the Mawl C1 Plus here on the left, if it's not abundantly obvious, and this is the Mawl DA. We can annotate the outputs on these, or I'm going to switch back over to the bulldozer, Trevor. Or, I mean, really, you can look them up. It's as easy as Google search. So, Mawl C1 Plus, Mawl DA, and the forwardmost position, forwardmost button with the triple tap activated. C1 Plus, Mawl DA. And if I triple tap this again, 1, 2, 3, they're real similar. The next two lasers I have in my hand, I'm fiddling with the diffusers and turning switches. I've got the Designate IRV, it's the 3-beam laser, and then the DIR1, I think is what it's called. It doesn't have a visible laser. I'm gonna crank them. Does this one, I don't think this one even has a setting knob. So the IRV, I put it in the, I guess, the highest setting. Let me see here. There we go. Is that only illuminator? That's weird. So that's the IRV, the one we tested last time. And then I brought a DIR1. This is very similar, but it doesn't have a visible laser. These are those two lasers next to each other on that 100-meter target, 100-ish meter target. Trevor, do you want to pan over to that tree line again? See what kind of throw we're getting on these guys. So that, I mean, they look almost exactly the same, but I mean, that makes sense. So yeah, pretty impressive lasers here. Actually like that a lot. What do I want to do next? We'll do the Dbals. So we got the Dbal D2 right here, the big chonky boy, and then this is the A3. We had a bunch of people asking about the A3. These are very popular, so we went ahead and included it this time. I'm gonna go ahead and get them turned on and then put them on that 100-meter-ish target first. Okay. So this is this one's the D2. Don't mind the way off center laser. And then this is the A3. Believe it or not, there's an illuminator on. There's actually an illuminator on right now. And then that's the D2. So you can see the stark contrast in an LED-based illuminator and a neutered laser illuminator that's not V-cell technology. You want to run it out here? I don't think it's really even need to, but the D2 still got quite a bit of power out at that 200 plus meter mark, whereas the A3 is like, you can't even tell there's an illuminator on. But yeah, that's the Dbal A3 right here on the left and a Dbal D2 on the right. Looks like the next ones in line are the full power PEQ15. No, that's an LA5 UHP, and then a full power PEQ15. Don't pay any attention to this. This is just a little aftermarket diffuser from Villain Weapon Systems. If you have a full power pack or an LA5, I definitely recommend one of these. They're super cool, not super expensive, but don't let it confuse you. Without this on it, they look almost exactly the same. So again, I'm going right to maximum power because I don't fuck around. So this is the full power pack. You can see how funky the illuminator is. And then this is the, let's take that diffuser off of there. This is the venerable LA5 UHP. Thanks again to Officer Farva over at GP Armory for supplying this for this review. So you can see there is a noticeable difference in output between these two laser aiming modules. That is the LA5. That is the full power PEQ15. LA5. That illuminator is, man, that is something. This is the LA5's illuminator closed all the way down. It's like 2 laser beams, pretty incredible. See how wide it gets. It opens up pretty good.
God damn.
Holy fuck, I feel like it's gonna come out. Okay, it stopped. And then my diffuser shut on this PEQ15. That's full closed on the PEQ. That's full open. And again, this one is a full power PEQ15. The illuminator is not terrible, but it's not amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out to the longer target out here. Sorry for being so shaky. This is the LA5 at 230, 250 meters. This is the PEQ15. So the laser itself is very bright, very powerful with, I mean, for all intents and purposes, a very crisp aiming point even at this range. Cool. All right. What is up next? Let's do this guy. All y'all retarded AK people, y'all fucking love these things. This is a Perst 4, I think. 3 or 4. I think the 3 is the one with the weird illuminator. This one is just a visible laser and a visible, or a IR laser. There's no illuminator. So that is the Perst's IR laser. You're not going to be able to see this, but there's actually splash coming off here to the left from this laser. I don't know if it's from the bezel or what, but it's a very powerful laser. And you can, man, you used to be able to just buy these things on the internet and they were like 380 bucks. And that's got to be every bit of like 65 milliwatts. Very bright. I'm going to take it out to the 250. I've had relatively okay luck with this thing. I've had it for a few years. It tends to eat batteries, but I mean, at that $400 price point, they're pretty awesome. They're not $400 anymore, but for a long time I recommended a combination of things, this Perst laser, and if you recall earlier in the video, I talked about a Modlite IR850 head, I think. So this is the Modlite IR850 head on a 18650 body with a Perst 4. That's actually a pretty solid combination. For people that want a lot of performance on a budget, I mean, if you can still find reasonably priced Perst 4s, you want to get this in a tight shot, these two in conjunction with each other. This is not a bad option for the money, what used to be. I don't know what these sell for now. I know for a while they were prohibitively expensive, but maybe eventually they'll come back down. I don't know. Okay, so that's the full power Raid XE. This is the civilian power Raid XE. I like that size. Let me make this one smaller. Close that down a little bit. So there they are. Civilian powered Raid XE, full power Raid XE. The illuminators are so close, it is pretty incredible. The lasers are noticeably different power levels, but they're both pretty impressive. So that's the full power by itself on the target stand. It's the civilian power. Go ahead and transition to that 250 meter tree line there. What I didn't mention in the previous laser comparison video is the Raid XE has a myriad of features in it that honestly are hard to understand and even more difficult to utilize. If you want to entertain yourself, if you're really autistic about lasers, look that up. We're going to do a video about it shortly, but I'm going to have to get somebody that has used these in an official capacity more than I have to supplement my knowledge on them, because it's pretty incredible like what these do. And I'll just leave it at that. The last, well no, there's two more. I'm going to do the NGAL, just like we did last time. Go straight to full power. So not unlike the XE, pretty similar. The illuminator is not as crisp around the edges, but it is very consistent. It's what I would consider a nice clean illuminator. Very functional. The laser's very bright, and there's not a whole lot of dispersion at the, I guess, quote unquote, point of impact. There it is at the 120 meter range. And then we'll go ahead and transition over here. I'll try to tighten up this beam divergence a little bit. That's at the 230, 250 mark. All around solid laser. Real similar in performance to the full power Raid XE, but it does not have all of the shot counting computer function in it that the Raid XEs do. So if you don't need all that and you can get a full power laser, maybe the NGAL is right for you. I saved this one for last because it's unobtainium. These aren't really out yet. I don't know where this one falls in the lineage of iterations that have been manufactured so far, but this is the EOTECH OGL. It is a pre-production sample. I can't say with any certainty if it is a final version. I think it is, but yeah, so anyway, take everything you see with this thing with a grain of salt. The final product may be slightly different. It is a full power variant. So go right to full power. So the cool part, the big selling feature of this laser is the throw lever on top for the beam divergence. I really like that. This is, I mean, you see how easy I can go from full wide open illuminator to that's as tight as it goes. The illuminator is pretty good. I'd say it's not as good as an NGAL or the Raid XE. I'm sure there's some other ones on here that are on this table that are slightly better, but it is a good illuminator. The laser is also very crisp, finite point of aim. All around it's good. I mean, The body of this laser looks really good. I like the way it looks. Some people say it's ugly, but I think it's cool. We're gonna go ahead and transition to the tree line here. We are getting a little bit less performance that far out with the illuminator, but honestly, nobody's really using an illuminator this far away unless you got a clip-on night vision system you're using. And in that case, you wouldn't use a laser like this anyway. So all in all, my initial impressions, I've been using this for about a week now, is good. It's similar, very similar to a PEQ15 or an NGAL. It's just point and shoot, very simple. No extra bells and whistles. It's just a nice laser illuminator with, let's see if I can show you this added feature of this super convenient throw lever right here on top. Instead of fiddling with a knob back here that's going to be really close proximity to your rail system, you can reach up here with your fire thumb and simply change your beam divergence very quickly, very accurately, concisely, and without a whole lot of thought. So that's nice. Oh, sorry. Night vision turned off again. This is the Mawl DA and the full power Raid XE. Okay. Let me open it up a little bit more. Let's say that's apples to apples. Okay, so this is a full power Raid XE next to the full power Mawl DA and the super secret triple click high power mode. Put them side by side over here. Again, very similar performance. The illuminators look a little bit different. The Mawls actually have kind of like a rounded square shape to the illuminators that when I watch videos through night vision about these lasers, I don't really notice it. It looks round, but then when I see it in person, it's like the sides and top have flat sections. I'm gonna go from this 100 meter distance out to the 230. Let's see. So it almost looks like the Mawl DA's, I don't know. It's hard to say. It may be a hair brighter in the middle, but the Raid XE is a hair brighter in the outside. Overall, the laser pointer on the Raid XE full power looks a little brighter, in my opinion. And the laser pointer on the Mawl DA is obviously not as bright. There they are side by side. Let's compare the Mawl DA to the CIV powered Raid XE. Mawl DA and the civilian powered Raid XE. It's got the tail on it. So there is the CIV powered XE and the Mawl DA on the left, CIV powered XE. At this range, it's not a huge difference between the two. CIV XE, Mawl DA in its highest power mode. Let's take them out a little further away. Now we stretch out to distance, we can see the disparity in output kind of more apparently. Again, this tree line's at like 230 meters. I don't know why it's blinking like that. I think I'm just not holding the button right. So there those are. I'm gonna go back over here, kind of pan over this stuff, and you can see how it's creating contrast and shadows. It's the civilian powered XE, the Mawl DA. The last one I want to compare it to here is this Designate IRV. So this is the full suite, full featured laser from 3EIR, side by side with the Mawl DA. This is the Designate IRV. If you're not aware, this is a civilian class, non-restricted laser, and this is the Mawl DA. Just want to make sure it's in the highest power mode. That's the low power. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Mawl DA, Designate IRV at 100-ish meters and change. Again, not a huge disparity in output. The Designate IRV's got a little bit more flood to its illuminator, which is good at this range, but obviously at further ranges it may become a detriment. I tend to compare these two lasers, the Mawl in general, to this Designate IRV because they have, neither one of them have a focusable illuminator, so it kind of makes them direct competitors. Now we transition out to that 230 meter tree line, and the disparity between the two is greater, but really impressive on the part of the Designate IRV. I mean, I'm still seeing good illumination out at that distance, and it's not completely washed out by the far greater output of the Mawl DA. So that's the Mawl DA on the left, Designate IRV. Obviously the IRV has a lot more flood. I don't know if the camera's picking up on it, but I'm getting a little splash off of this laser about 30 yards in front of me, whereas I'm not getting any of that with the Mawl. Just something to be aware of. But I think that about wraps it up on the comparisons I want to make in relation to how things stack up against the Mawl DA. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the 3EIR Designate IRV LMQRS TUV and the OGL.
Oh yeah.
Apparently this is supposed to be on the more affordable side. These sell for about $2,000. I think these were originally slated to MSRP at $2,500. Yet to be determined, but hopefully that's the price point they come in at, which would make these, right there in the same price point. Close enough anyway. So OGL, the OGL does have the focusable illuminator that we talked about, so that is a bit of an edge. On the left, we got the full power OGL. On the right, we've got the Designate IRV. Should I do it at the 100? OGL, Designate IRV. Very similar. Obviously, the laser on the OGL has a lot more output, but that's to be expected. The output on the laser emitter isn't as important as people make it out to be. I mean, you can do most everything with a civilian power aiming laser. So what we're really looking at here is the capability of the included illuminators, specifically on the civilian powered lasers, and how they compare to the full power lasers. That's really the question everybody wants answered. Sorry if I haven't made that abundantly clear, but that's really what we're looking at. I think that just about wraps it up. Hopefully we've compared enough lasers to satisfy the internet. I'm sure we didn't, but I'm hopeful. Like I always say, get down in the comments, start an argument, tell me I did a terrible job making this video so I can make you another one. We really enjoy doing it. Like all of our videos, subscribe to our channel, tell your friends about it. We love that, we appreciate it. And go over to the website, check out customnightvision.com. we're here. We got stuff to sell. Thanks for watching. See you next time. All right, there's a skunk is what's fucking me
Yeah,
up.
it's fucking me up too, dude.
All right.